Are you ready, little bug? We're gonna make a video and you fell asleep on me. Excuse me. Excuse me. You're meant to be my little sidekick and now you fell asleep on the job. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it is week 2. Back in the fitness, postpartum. She's out cold. So for the remainder of this video, it's just me. Okay, so we are at week 2. Week 2 is down. And let me tell you something. Getting back into training and nutrition after being off it for such a long time in terms of having a structure is hard. It was a bit of a crazy week. So let's recap the week. It was a really busy work week for me. So you guys, I am back working. I've been working for some time, but over the last couple of weeks, I've increased my hours of working, plus working on my own stuff. So it's been quite full on, and at the same time, I'm giving as much attention to this little one as I possibly can, because I don't want to miss out on all the little mum moments. And then trying to get back to health and fitness, like feeling good from the inside out on top of all that. So it's been a little chaotic. We tried to implement a schedule last week where, you know, I would work X amount from X time to X time, and then Tina watches her and we swap and that kind of thing. I did okay for a couple of days, and then didn't really quite work out, because some nights the sleep thing just gets to me so bad and I'm so tired, and it's just so easy to go back to bed in the morning for a few more hours, or a lot more hours, you know, and then half the day is gone, so it makes it really difficult. So I'm really struggling with that, with the kind of time schedule, and this week I'm really going to try and push through so I can fit more in. I didn't do as well with training as I had hoped or I had planned mentally, but I know I can't be as hard on myself, because obviously any exercise or any activity or anything you're getting in when you have a baby is a win. So I want to just, you know, win. That's definitely a win. But I really wanted to crush like at least 4 or 5 days of workouts, and I really didn't do that. I did about 3 or 4. I did 3 workouts, I hit the gym once, I did 2 home workouts, and I went for a couple of walks on top of that. Now that sounds like a lot, but I don't know, it's just, I just want to be active a little bit every day, even if it's just a 30-minute walk if I can't get a workout in. And I just haven't been doing that, and it's not so much an aesthetic thing for me. Obviously I have body composition goals just like everybody else, and I want to get those results quickly even though I know it's going to take time. It's more of a mental thing for me, where I feel my best, I feel energized, I feel great when I get some activity in, and it just makes me feel really good. So if I feel really good, I'm going to function better throughout the day. I'm going to be a better mum to her. I'm going to be more productive. So that's kind of how I feel. And I feel less lethargic and tired. Even last night, I was laying in bed and Gina was like, do you want to get your workout in? I think it was like 9:30 at night. And I was like, but it's so comfy here and I'm just so exhausted. And I was like, okay, it's time to just get this workout in. So I did. And afterwards I felt so much better for it, and I actually felt more energized to the point where then I couldn't fall asleep. So it wasn't great doing it that late at night, but sometimes you just got to get it in where you can. And I know I didn't hit my targets as much this week because I actually felt quite run down the start of the week. I started feeling like I was getting a cold, so I prioritized sleep over anything last week, and that was super important. And then Chino got sick too, so then I extra prioritized sleep because I thought I need to rest as much as I can, because if he's sick then I'm more prone to getting something, and I really can't afford to do that. Like, she can't afford to have 2 sick parents, and I can't afford that right now. I think I'll just die if I got sick. So sleep has been my priority all week. However, I have been doing what I can to stay as active as possible. So every week my goal is to improve that a little bit more and aim for more steps. So one thing I have been aiming every day for is at least 6,000 steps in a day. My goal is 8,000 to 10,000, but it just hasn't been happening. So I did start the week out with like 3,000, then I progressed to 4,000, 5,000, then I was doing 6,000. I think yesterday I hit about 8, so I'm pretty happy with that. And that wasn't every day, but I'm just slowly wanting to increase my steps and activity level throughout the day, each day, and be very more conscious of not sitting so much and just kind of standing and walking around the house, or going for more of a longer walk, or just being more, getting my activity level up, because that's super important for results. I think that's super important for mums in general, because just because you get the 1 hour workout in doesn't, then you're sitting it on your butt all day holding the baby, you're breastfeeding, you're very sedentary, and my job is very, very sedentary behind the computer all day, so I'm really focusing on getting moving as much as possible. Before we continue, I'd like to voice a disclaimer. So you probably noticed in some of my most recent videos, I keep wearing some like oversized shirts, and I'd like to thank hubby for the donations, or not really donations, I've just stolen them, because right now the only thing that really fits me comfortably is his shirts. I love his shirts, they're amazing. He hates it when I steal them. But yeah, so guys, if you're, postpartum, or if you're just feeling not so great, hubby shirts make everything better. Okay, continue. Let's talk about the food aspect. So, I had a few outings this week, like a few social outings. So I was guesstimating a lot this week. And to be honest, because I was feeling not so great, just mentally trying to track food in my app, I was like, I just can't be bothered. However, I was intuitively eating. I did not eat like an asshole. Yes, did not happen. No once. I have been intuitively eating, where I have been in my mind kind of estimating my food intake. And because I've been tracking macros for years and years and years and years, a long time, I already have a sound understanding of what's in food and portion sizes and my rough intake for the day, just by kind of eyeballing everything all day and doing the math in my head a little bit. I may be off a little bit, obviously, but I'm still going to be quite consistent doing that. And I've been still weighing my food and getting the idea of what's in there. I just haven't been tracking in my app every day. I have been tracking most days, but just not every day, because mentally I couldn't. So I would say my compliance has been at about 70%. Now, to be accurate in terms of results, I really want to get that up to about 90-95%, but I'm not putting that pressure on myself. I'm doing my best, but just keep in mind that if you do want to get, I guess, more optimal results, then you should really be tracking and weighing your food consistently. And especially if you're someone who hasn't tracked macros or isn't used to tracking macros, and you don't have an idea of what's in food, definitely do that. Don't do what I'm doing. But I think I've been able to get away with it a little bit. Are you right? Your tummy's making noises. You were so freaking cute. I love you. So my results and my progress for this week. So my weight has really been fluctuating up and down, especially because I've been a little inconsistent with how active I've been and my sleep and things like that. So I did hit a new low, which was awesome. I hit 159 pounds. I cracked the ones below 160. I was so excited. But my average weight was kind of the 160, 161. It just depended on the day. So we did get a bit of a fluctuation. So I would say on average, I'm sitting at about 160, but it has gone down. So before I started, I was sitting at like 163 on average. So I've gone down a few pounds since I started, which is awesome. Yay, yay, yay. However, the scale isn't be all end all. My waist has actually gone down, which is unreal. And I have been measuring actually everything in terms of tape measurements. So like from my calves, forearms, biceps, thighs, butt, hips, bust, everything. My bust is going down, which is crazy, because if you're breastfeeding, you know that those boobs are freaking out of control. So it's good to see things are actually going down. My hips and my glute area has definitely gone down a lot. However, my glutes actually went up over the last week, which is great, because it means all the hip thrusts and training I've been doing is increasing the plumpness, which is what we want. We want big glutes and a small waist. That is my aim. Oh, are you awake? You want to say hi to everyone? Hey, are we interrupting your sleep because I'm being loud? It's funny, mentally, you never really think you're making much progress, and I really didn't think I was, but I had to look back to some photos of me postpartum, like directly after giving birth. Yeah, directly after popping you out. Yep. And then comparing it to what I am now. I'll pop this up on the screen for you. Oh my gosh. huge progress, and I didn't even realize. So that's something I am going to start doing now, is taking more photos, because I haven't been doing that, and I'm really focusing, like I said, more on my body composition changes rather than the weight exactly on the scale. But I have been struggling a little bit mentally in terms of giving myself a little bit more self-love and loving my body, because me having that athlete background, I just want to see progress super fast, and I know that's not the case, and I know I can't go gung-ho back into training like I used to, because our body is still healing postpartum. It's healing for a long time, so I understand that, and I'm trying to look after and nurture myself and make sure everything heals correctly. So it is a matter of just taking it easy and just doing, you know, what, rather than throwing myself into kind of crazy training like I used to train. It's a progression again. But mentally, I've kind of been struggling with how slow changes have been happening. Well, I shouldn't say how slow, it's been week 2, but since giving birth, it's been, you know, 2.5 months. So in my mind, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's been 2.5 months, but really I've only been doing this for 2 weeks. So mentally, I still struggle with things like that, where I have to remind myself of reality as opposed to logically where I want to be. Plus the sleep deprivation, feeling exhausted and run down, made me be a little bit less active than I would have liked. So there's a few things that we're kind of struggling with, but I'm reminding myself, you know, I feel like the journey back to being fit and healthy now is not just physical. I feel like postpartum is really a big mental game, so I'm really trying to focus on having a healthy mind throughout this process as well. And things are getting a little bit more difficult in terms of my workload has gone up. I'm trying to fit in all the exercise and everything, and then this little bug decided she doesn't want to sleep as much during the day anymore. So it is proving challenging. Coffee is my best friend, but I am making sure she's still my priority because I don't want to miss out on these moments, and the gym and everything's always going to be there. However, I'm giving myself that goal of just staying active every day, because for the most part I can do home workouts while she's here. I can go for walks with her, I can do all this kind of stuff, and hubby can watch her as well, and we tag team. And sometimes we have grandma watch you when we go to the gym, which is amazing. Super lucky to have that privilege at the moment. So yeah, I think overall not a bad week considering all the things that had kind of happened. And also we had Easter, but you know what? Easter did not affect us whatsoever. It was really weird. It was our first Easter as a family, and we didn't really treat it like Easter. Not on purpose though. I completely forgot to buy Easter eggs and chocolate, so I didn't have any. I still want some, so I might throw them in this week instead. But I think this little one has had enough. It's okay, baby. It's okay. We're gonna go. She's had enough. Oh no. I think overall not a bad week, so I really want to up the ante next week and make it even better. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, and we're out because she's done. Bye. What are you doing? Oh, baby girl. Hey. Are you hungry? You just ate. Come here. Come here. It's okay. You're alright, look. Yay. Yay. Oh my goodness. You're real good. You ready? Oh, good. Oh my gosh. You need a nap. You want some nap time? Okay. Let's go.